What's up, guys? Let's get into today's workout where we kick it off with a strength giant set, and I have my band here of choice. And what we're going to do is we're going to start it off with a hollow body band pull apart. So I'm going to be pulling this band apart, straight arms, squeezing my shoulder blades together. So we're going to be stretching chest, working the muscles on the back side of our upper part of our back. So I get into this hollow body hold position. Remember, this is hollow body, but now I'm going to be active with a band pull apart. So if I'm out wide with my hands, that's kind of easy. So I'm going to walk my hands together and I'm going to pull this apart. Keeping the elbows straight, pointing my toes, engaging my quads. I feel my core muscles here and my abdomen having to work. You can hear me as I'm getting through this. 15 repetitions. Look how slow and controlled I am here. I'm not going to rush this. This is not about doing this. This is about, here's our tempo. 1, 2, 3. What's up, guys? So on this one, we are going to use our band. We're going to do a single arm staggered chest press. So I'm going to use my bands. This is where you're going to have to get a little creative. This is where having a couple of different bands is going to be beneficial because I can piece a couple of these together to create some length and resistance. So if you take a look, I've anchored. This is why you need to be able to anchor your band into something. So I've taken one of the lighter bands, anchored it, but then right here I've joined a little bit thicker band to this, and then from here, put this where you can see me. I'm going to set up into a staggered foot stance. So this might look different to you guys, but this is my left hand. So I have my band here in a closed fist. Right leg is forward. I'm in this athletic posture. So right arm is here, and as I press left arm, I'm going to pull my right arm back. So notice this tempo. We want to keep the tension. So I'm not fast, and I'm not letting this pull me back. So I'm controlling this as it comes back, feeling tension right here through my abdominal muscles. So I want to keep tension right around my belly button and my abdominal area enough that if somebody was going to punch me, I'm braced. So here, punch it out, full extension through that elbow. Notice I'm having some rotation that's happening here as well. So slight forward lean, opposite leg is in front. This is our staggered foot stance. And I would get 15 on this side, then I would switch it up and I do 15 on the other. It's about tension in the band, bracing through your core, setting up in a good athletic posture. I'm not back here with my spine. There's a slight forward lean, but I have really good spinal posture throughout the exercise. So almost kind of like a martial art or kind of this boxing type movement. So we're doing all three of these exercises back to back. This is a giant set. There's no rest in between. The only rest is really moving in transition from one exercise to the other. So we did the hollow body band pull apart. We had our band set up over here where we were doing our staggered single arm chest press. We go directly from that into an explosive hand release push up. We're going to do 10 of these, and I want you to reset on every single repetition. This is meant to be explosive. So I'm going to show you the way that I want you to do it for you guys that have healthy wrist. Is I'm going to set up here, bottom position, hand release, so my hands are up. Hands going to the ground, I'm exploding up, catching myself, reset, hand release, explode up, where I'm actually leaving the ground. If you have issues with your wrist, I want you to hand release, press yourself up as fast as you can, but your hands aren't going to leave the ground, okay? So that's if you're dealing with any kind of wrist issues. So once again, I still want you to be explosive, hand release, pop up. So you can see my momentum wants to take me into the air. But if you have some issues with your hands or wrists, you don't want that impact coming back down. So the way I've drawn it up, one more time here, hand release, explode up. Reset, explode up. All right, so with that first giant set, you're gonna run through those 3 exercises back to back to back. Once you finish one set, you're gonna rest for about a minute. You're gonna hydrate, you're gonna encourage each other, then you're gonna go right back through that again, rest about 60 seconds, right back through it for a total of 3 times. Then you're gonna rest for at least 2 to 3 minutes. I want you to figure that out as a group with your instructor. And then we're gonna move on to giant set number 2, strength builder, which is gonna kick off with a single leg bridge. You're gonna do 12 of these on each side. So, you know, typically our bridge is I walk my feet back, I'm here or here, and I hit bridge up, 1, 2, right back down. This is a single leg version. So I'm gonna bring this leg in, I'm gonna drive through this leg on the outside, which happens to be my right leg, and I'm gonna pop up, 1, 2, butt comes back down, reset, 1, 2. So I want to make sure that this glute is engaging. So after I get 12, I'll switch it up. Same thing on this side, closest to you guys. I need to make sure that that glute is firing because I need the glute max to be the main driver for hip extension. I know quads are helping. I know that hammies are helping, but we want to get a little tactile reinforcement that the glutes are driving that. So that's a single leg hip bridge. Then we'll move on to exercise number 2. All right, exercise number 2, right after the single leg bridge, we immediately go find our ruck, our sandbag, whatever our weight is gonna be. We're gonna get into this front rack type carry position, which is a Zercher kind of hold. If we're doing like Zercher squats or lunges, which we're doing, that's gonna entail me getting into this position. So I'm gonna bear hug this thing here and alternating it out, front lunging. I come out, 1, push myself back to start, 2, so I'm alternating legs, 3, light tap of the knee. So I can either go light tap of the knee or just come just short. The light tap means I have to decelerate and control myself down. So I'm gonna get a total of 24 of those. So point of performance on that Zercher hold front rack type lunge position is I have to hold that up against the upper part of my chest or mid chest area, and I have to maintain this good upright posture instead of this bringing me into this rounded position. So core has to be engaged, control of my spine. As that weight wants to pull me here, it's going to require me to work on the core muscles to make it happen, to control myself in a good position throughout the 24 repetitions. Okay, third exercise in this giant set, right after the Zercher alternating forward lunge, is going to be a band resisted dead bug exercise. So before I grab the band, this is dead bug. I'm in this position. So you can see it kind of somewhat look like a dead bug on its back. The key here is I have to mash my low back into the ground. That's going to turn on these abdominal muscles, okay? So this normal space that you have in your low back, eliminate that by pressing your pelvis down into the ground. You're going to feel it immediately. Everything is turned on through here. That's going to intensify by grabbing this resistance. So with this band, even though it's a small band, I'm going to pull this thing to where my arms are straight, pretty much right up over my chest. Now, if that's not enough, I want to make it harder. I'm going to just walk myself out. So once I'm out here, I pull the band, I mash low back into the ground. I'm going to slowly extend each leg. 1, 2, right back up. 1, 2, right back up. So that would have been 2. We're going to do 20 of these. We're going to accumulate, alternating each side. So 10 each side. 1, 2. The whole time I'm keeping this pulled out. That's adding some tension through my core. And remember, I'm keeping my low back mashed. So you can make this harder or easier by where you pull yourself out from the anchored point. But that is an extremely good exercise to strengthen our core muscles. A lot of you guys could use that. You're a little soft around the belly, a little weak in the low back area. This is a great way to fix that and to strengthen all the muscles around the front side, but maybe more importantly, your low back muscles that get torched from bad positions that maybe we get into in everyday life. So we would go through those 3 exercises just like the first giant set that we did. We'd go through that, all 3 exercises one time through. We'd rest about 60 seconds. We'd attack it again, same deal, accumulating 3 total sets. Then we have a finisher. The finisher that we're going to jump into after we rest for a couple minutes is we're going to get a timer going, 5-minute clock, simple task, as many burpees as possible in that 5 minutes. I want you guys to do it as a group, but I need you guys to count individually how many that you get within that 5 minutes, because we want to measure this so that you can see yourself improve over time as you come back and take this workout on again. All right, so let's get after it. Let's have fun like we always do, but let's push each other. Let's get better in the process, and let's make it happen. Get some.